I got something new for you. I like live reactions. Live reactions.
Ooh, play it.
Let's begin.
Are you showing something? Whatever you're playing or showing isn't coming through.
All right.
I
don't know if you
I can hear a little bit.
Oh, it's loud on my end. Maybe I got to fix that. All right. Good morning, gentlemen. Welcome to PT Breakfast Club, the only live healthcare entrepreneur show where your soap notes are messy, your strategies are spicy, and your front desk probably ghosted someone this morning. I'm your host, Joey McKay, alongside Tony Maritato, who is mobile, and Dave Kittle, who is not mobile. Let's see. Do want to kick off the show by saying thank you to our brand new sponsor, TheraScream, the only HIPAA compliant place to absolutely lose your mind in between patients, because sometimes the real therapeutic exercise is screaming into a soundproof booth while the EMR crashes for the third time today. TheraScream, feel better, document later. Find them online at therascream.com. Eventually, someone's going to take one of these ideas and make a fake website and just sell like Pet Rock. Pet Rock sold a gajillion Pet Rocks. It's the dumbest idea until it's not a dumb idea. All right, Tony, you wanted to kick off the show with something that I was doing, or I don't know. I do what Tony does. I do what Dave does. I think it's probably a good quality in an entrepreneur. And I think I'm a budding entrepreneur. I've always been someone's Robin. I've always been an entrepreneur's Robin. So let's talk about
ready. Get ready, baby. Strap in.
What I mean is the thing I'm saying is that I'm doing is you just play with stuff. Like you're like, oh yeah, this is the new hot thing. I'm gonna play with it. I'm not gonna listen to everybody. I'll listen to like the Gary V's that this is a thing we should pay attention to, but then I'm gonna play with it in private. I'll play with it in public. This sounds like we're talking about
tinker. You tinker like Tony.
Yeah, you bat it around. So what I've been tinkering with is we've had a couple sponsors on my podcast come on that are pretty large PT organizations. And one of PT organizations' largest problems, I think patience is top 5, but it's a clinician acquisition. We need more great clinicians. We're always looking. Even if we're not hiring today, we're always looking. So I took one of the sponsors, and I'll get the video. I'll play it in a second once I give the setup because I want to hear your thoughts. I made the anti-job posting job video. And I just said, what if I was just going to take the invisible and make it visible? Just make it not sound like everybody else. This is where I'm going to say this again for the 100th time. The bar is on the floor. Everybody else is doing, I love all of you, but you're all doing the bare minimum. So when I do 4% better than you, I look like I am a genius. I am not a genius. I'm not. I'm just literally putting 2% extra effort into this thing you'd probably just put it in ChatGPT, copy paste, and walk away from. I also did another spin, and you saw me do this, Tony, on LinkedIn. Chris Wilson.
Yeah.
I don't know him well. I know him from LinkedIn, right? And I saw what he did. And it was just after I did an episode with Will Humphreys, where Will Humphreys says, don't write job postings, write love letters to your future colleague. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? It means pretend they're already working for you for 6 months and you can picture them and write them a love letter of why you're beckoning them to come work with you. So I took Chris Wilson. What's his story? What's his background? He runs a clinic somewhere. Where is it?
I think he just, I'm not totally sure. I know he was working for a hospital-based organization. He's like a researcher background, super smart guy. I remember him for years.
Chris Wilson, this is not a knock on you. It's not a knock on you. So I saw what he did. He did what everybody else is doing. And then I took his job posting and I just wrote it like Will Humphreys said. I wrote it like a love letter. And then I did that before and people took offense to it. I did it with Chris and he was like, I see what you did there. So anyway, I'll now get the video. I'll be able to bring it up on screen. But thoughts on what I'm doing? Go ahead.
Real quick, Dave, have you seen any of Jimmy's recruiting for a company videos, the newest ones?
I haven't. No.
I'll find it. How would you? Why did you like it? Why did you like it?
They were so good. I love the approach. I love the idea. It made me think of you because I know you're always in hiring, recruiting, attracting mode. And I'm like, this is perfect. Jimmy's coming out talking about the location, talking about why you should move there, talking about, the things that would attract a potential new hire beyond just the expectations that you do evaluations and you do your documentation and all the normal stuff that you see on every job listing.
Yeah, I just took the job listing and I was like, what if I made a cable access commercial in 1996 out of this? And I think it was like, come to Wallingford, Connecticut. And listen, they're not a mega huge practice, but that's not what everybody's looking for. In fact, if you get someone who really knows what they're looking for, you don't need 10,000 applications. You need 3. You need 3 right ones, and then you get to choose from 3, or just hire all 3. You know what I mean? Figure it out later. So I'm downloading the video. I'll upload it again. Have you used video at all to recruit, Dave? Or have you just been text-based, social-based?
Just text-based, social-based. There was that, I do, whether now or in the coming minutes, there was that post we were talking about over messaging with like the airbrushed physical therapist headshot.
Oh, yes. We'll get to that. Yes,
I would love to, I would love to get your feedback on that. But no, actually, in the past year or two, I have done a little video where I posted it to LinkedIn, just organic selfie video while walking, and it's kind of describing the role a little bit. I have done that a little bit, but in the past 2 years, significant. It's mostly been cold outbound strategies on LinkedIn. So cold messages that I've talked about here on the show before, and then a little bit of social sprinkling, a little bit of social organic posts. We use PT Match for candidates as well, Sturdy McKee's company. So like he does like the formal recruiting side, but then we're also doing like our own in-house outbound, if that makes sense, like in-house to us, but outbound messages to therapists or potential candidates.
Yeah. Talk about that video while I download mine. So you did a video. Was this on YouTube? I think I remember. And I saw it somewhere else though.
My question to Dave real quick before you get into that is, like, what are the things that you love about New York? Like, what do you love about living there? What excites you about New York? Because obviously those are the things to convey to other therapists who are like, hey, if you want to come live in XYZ, so what is it that you still love? Why haven't you left?
No, I don't. No, I wouldn't necessarily want to post content about attracting people to come into the city, because part of our job is to be in the subway. That takes time for someone to even learn the subway. I want someone who already knows the subway. That makes my job a little bit easier. So I want someone who's already here, already has a license, already knows about these restaurants, Tony. They already know about the secret spots that, Jimmy McKay wants to go to, some speakeasies. Like, I want them to know all that. I want them to already be burned out with the nearby in-network therapist experience. I want them to be annoyed or frustrated that they're seeing 12 to 20 patients a day, 12 to 20 notes a day. And you can make more with us by treating less patients per day. It's crazy. And shout out to my new therapist, Andrew, who just signed his offer letter. He's starting January 12th, about a month away, all from the cold outbound messages. But no, probably in the last year or so, I did video, but the most recent posts have just been about similar around this cold outbound messages. But yeah, I would love to hear, because Jimmy commented on the post from last week, the one with my staff therapist, where it looked like an airbrushed headshot because I ran it through ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And Jimmy, you said something like the line about the craft or the craftsmanship or something was tight or resonated with you or something. You remember that? I
think you reposted the video and you added a line and you said something about craftsmanship. And I was like, to the person who wants to be the best PT, that's the line. Do you know what I mean? I got the video. Do you want to see it?
No,
no, my video.
Yeah. Pull it up. Sure.
All right. So it's just a selfie video, right? Or whatever.
No sound. Still no sound.
All right.
I can hear a little bit. I get.
Yeah.
All right. But last week, the post that I'm talking about was an organic image from us
Yes.
that that Jimmy, you commented and you said the line about craft was tight. That post, by the way, go ahead. I was gonna say that post has gotten, and you guys know I've been inactive on LinkedIn. Last week, my profile views went up 445% from that one. Literally the only post that I posted last week.
That's a lot. So do you know why I like the Craftsman line? Here, I'll give this away because it's not, I didn't sign an NDA. Worked for an organization called Fox Rehab, and they hired some big fancy consulting firm and did a deep dive. Why do people work here? Why do people continue to work here? Why do people leave? And they came up with 3 C's. Did I ever talk about this with you guys? The 3 C's? Craft. That's why the line landed. The first one's craft. The second one is cause. The third one is community. So I'll just break them down. Craft is like, and again, you're probably going to have all 3 elements, but one's going to be your leader. It's got to be. Craft is like, I just want to be the best PT, OT, speech therapist, athletic trainer. This is my thing. This is my thing. I polish my tools. I sharpen my axe. I am a craftsman. Now, you might also like cause and community, but this is your lead. So that's craftsman. Be the best, insert whatever I am here. The second one is cause. I want to be a good PT, OT, speech therapist, athletic trainer, but like I'm here because I know I'm in the right boat. I care about what we do, but man, I just like being around. I just like being in the right boat, knowing that this whole boat is going in the right direction. And then the third is like, I care about what we do and I want to be really good, but like, I'm here for the vibes. I just like being around people who are super positive and da-da-da. So that's what they said, that those are the 3 DNA imprints of a really good Fox physical therapist, occupational therapist, speech therapist. This applies everywhere though. It's not just for Fox. But if you don't pay attention to why someone's there, and then you're like, it's CEUs and it's this and mentoring and this and this. And you're like, I'm here for the cause. You're talking about the wrong thing. So first, understand, thou shalt understand within first. What is our thing? Is it craft, cause, or community? Then realize you're going to want to communicate that so you attract the right people who, when they get there, they're like, I'm in the right place because you guys all want to be the best PTs and you're elite. Or, hey, man, we are here to be really good B pluses, but like we're here to make people move better, move more, move frequently. So that is the 3 C's. So when I saw Dave's Craftsman line, he might have had a Wi-Fi issue. When I saw Dave's Craftsman line, I was like, ding, to the right person. And it sounds like, the community within Dave's clinic is going to be remote. I know he has brick and mortar. Dave will be like, we have brick and mortar. You got to do a better communicating that, dude, because you're 2 co-hosts of a live stream for 2 years. Didn't know that, right? So I'm imagining Dave's vibe amongst his clinicians isn't much because you're all over New York City, right? So don't look for someone who's there for community. Maybe a little bit, maybe quarterly you get together. Cause, yeah, probably a little bit of cause, but I think Dave's looking for the craftsmen, craftswomen, craftspersons in New York City.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Like, we're the anti-community in a sense. There's only 3 of us now. We went from over 20 down to like 3. One is my wife, and we don't want to do Christmas parties. We don't want to do potlucks. Like, we love each other. We have a great time, but we don't want the community where when we started, we loved like Friday night happy hour. Everybody would go out. We'd have a great time. We'd go to the tiki bar, and that's not the phase of business we're in.
I think that's it, man. People and businesses, because businesses are made of people, have, and I know you guys are both very big Taylor Swift fans, eras. You're in your do real good, 501, I'm out era, because I got stuff to do that's more important than this. It should be. When you're 25, though, I got my first key to the radio station and I was like allowed to come in and use the equipment on the weekends. And I'm like, can I just come here whenever I want? And they're like, yeah, but why would you? I was like, because I want to learn this stuff. I want to be as good as you guys one day. And I got to do that on Saturdays. Ben Galen chiming in, similar to what we need to do for patients. Yes. You don't want someone who's like, I'm going to be a 1% athlete, top of the top, and walk in and it's like, what's up, man? We're hanging out, right? Conversely, you don't want the other thing, right? Someone who's like just hanging in. Like, I wouldn't go to one of those clinics. It's not my vibe. Then Ben also says, I would go further to say, if you show your staff the value they want, whatever it is, the more they will put up with different hours, bad EMR. Yeah. Yes. To Ben.
Yeah, we're embodying that. We've had a crazy run. Like we've been more busy in the last month and a half than we have all year. And with that, as numbers go up, systems start to break down. Our systems have broken down. We've had new patients come in that don't exactly fit the culture of the clinic. And so it's kind of disrupting things a little bit, but it's one of those deals where I used to, 15 years ago, want the patient who valued expertise, wanted the patient who wanted like the best of the best, the most amazing therapist. Now, I just want a patient to come in and hang out. I want a patient not to take it so seriously, not to believe that, all right, Dave is back, sharp as a tack. I want the patient who just wants to come, move a little bit, feel a little better. But unfortunately, and we understand this as a team, we're like, look, we are not a serious clinic. We are not trying to be a serious clinic. We don't want to treat serious pathology. I will send those elsewhere. I told you guys, I called physical down the street because I was like, hey, I don't want to do any kind of vertigo stuff, any BPPV. There's a place, I'm going to call them. I'm going to hook you up. And this was, somebody that we had seen multiple times for other things, but I was like, this is not the place for that. Yeah. So, understanding it, patient facing, understanding it, staff facing, Ben is dead on.
Ben saying, I would challenge you, Tony, to let those patients walk right at eval than to let them throw a wrench in this. Yeah, he's right. Yep. Similar stuff. Exactly. Bingo. Yeah. Get them out as soon as possible, because saying yes to them is saying no to the next patient, which could be a really, really, really good fit. Let me know if you can hear this. I'll pull it up on Instagram.
Oh, but I'd also like coworkers who don't drain my soul.
Yes.
Congratulations. Spectrum Physical Therapy in Waterford, Connecticut heard you and built an entire clinic around that one concept. 2 locations, 24 years of being hometown heroes, advanced ortho from head to toe, basically the Avengers, but everybody there actually likes each other. Salary, 75 to 90K. Mentorship, I'm glad you asked. Yes, real mentorship, not the watch this YouTube video and figure it out kind. Plus CEU support, killer benefits, 401k, PTO, holidays, and a team so good, you'll start bragging about clinic culture, like you're in a very wholesome cult. New grad, perfect. Seasoned, also perfect. Outgoing, energetic, loves people in science. You're basically already hired. If you want a job that actually feels good, the kind where you help patients grow fast, often, and occasionally forget you're technically at work. Spectrum PT, Waterford, Connecticut. Hit the link, and enter your main character PT era immediately.
That's it.
If you've ever thought, I'd love outpatient ortho,
that's the thing. It's like
also
they would have normally just been like posted on LinkedIn, but you're selling Waterford, Connecticut, or whatever. That's a very specific person. Do you know what I mean? But there's more of those ops than are come to Chicago. Like, I'm sure they have openings in Chicago, whoever's in Chicago, but like, you're going to solve it faster. I didn't ask them permission to do that. I just did it, by the way. I went to US Physical Therapy. I was like, who has an opening? Boop. What's the most random path? And I did another one for a place in Oregon. That's also on my Instagram. So go look at that. I'm begging you to steal that strategy. Like, I'm begging you. And you're going to go, content doesn't work. I had a post about that I think you guys saw. I parallel, like, if you hear someone who goes, oh, they learn you're a physical therapist. Yeah, I tried PT once, didn't work. What is your next snapshot reaction?
My reaction is, well, you've had a bad experience at a restaurant before, right? But you don't stop going to all restaurants.
Right. So I say the same thing when PTs go, content doesn't work. And I go, but you say the same thing when someone says, I had PT and it didn't work. I posted 2 videos and it didn't work. Maybe they were crappy videos, bro. I don't know. Maybe did you post them at 3 a.m.? So Ben is a Connecticut native and says, so he can say this. I don't know what he was saying though. Water. You have to sell the town though. But there, you know where I got this idea from? There was some dude who put up an online, like a video. He shot a cinematic 4K camera, drone shots, and he was selling his 1998 Toyota Corolla. And it was so nuts that, of course, the video went viral. It was, you don't shoot a cinematic video that took you 3 days to edit for a 98 Corolla, but he did. And people were like, check this crap box out. Like, but it got so many views, he sold the crap box. Like, that's the idea.
Let's
I'm
go
not
back
saying
to
you're a crap box, by the way. That's not what I'm saying. I just got the idea of flip it.
now that Dave's back. Let's go back to his.
Yeah.
The thing that caught my attention was that it did look airbrushed, that it did look kind of over stylized. That made me stop the scroll. I didn't know it was Dave's photo.
Oh.
I saw it. It made me stop the scroll. I saw the numbers, 127,000, I think it was, to something.
That was big. That was big.
Those were like the subheading. So the headline was the over stylized image. The subheading was the number. Then I realized, oh wait, this is a job posting. Oh wait, this is Dave's job posting.
Look, here it is. Here it is.
There it is. There it is. There it is. Yes. This just for everyone, just for clarity, this is the post I was talking about that Jimmy commented about liking the craft and that that pitch was tight or whatever, the line or whatever.
Here's also why I like it. You stole, conscious or not, in a good way. What did you steal? Tony, what did he steal for that first line? For the few who still believe in craft.
The few, the proud, the many? Is that?
The few, the proud, the Marines.
The Marines.
The Army, you can apply at and I'm not knocking all these branches. You apply for the Army, you apply for the Navy, you apply for the Air Force. Marines take commitments. They're the smallest branch. And you can't tell me what any of those slogans are for Army, maybe aim high, because they've been using the same one for 1 billion years.
And we're looking for a committed therapist. So it's exactly the point.
You don't want 100. I'm looking for the few, the proud, the concierge pain relief. Like, I don't know if it really, you get it. The few, the proud. We'll workshop it. And then here's the post we're talking about. This was the one. That was the image that did stop the scroll. So when I was doing those videos the last couple of weeks where I was like, hey, if XYZ hired me, here's the first 3 things I do. And then I tagged the company in it. They were doing well. Then I started putting the logo of the company in there, and they started doing real well. Because it's like bang, context. So yes, I agree when Tony says 128K to 170K. Hang on a second. How do I get some of that? Even if you're not, you have to stop because money, right? That eyeballs, faces, they stop things. So let's see how well did this one do? 23 reactions on LinkedIn is actually pretty good. I said that craft line is tight. And Tom said good idea.
I posted this 6 days ago, and as I said, I have not been posting at all on LinkedIn. And it got so far 3,518 impressions, which is way more than anything I typically post.
Wow, that's not a lot. That's not easy on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is good. It's a hard platform to sort of hack, if you will.
I mean, it's an easy number for Tony to hit, but everyone else is not hitting that impression.
Why? Because Tony plays and tinkers and does stuff regularly, and he keeps teaching. This is what people I think don't understand that I'm starting to embrace too, which is you could be pissed at the algorithm. The algorithm wants to reward people who constantly give good stuff or bad stuff sometimes to their audience. They want people who keep people on platform. So you keep teaching it what you're doing by the word. You don't think that these platforms are just scanning the words that you're saying and trying to match those to other people? That's what the algorithm is. Who would this make giggle, LOL, or piss off? Those are the 3. And it's like, well, I'm going to show you that. 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 That's how this works. I'm not saying hack the algorithm. I'm saying understand it and figure out how to use it for your advantage. And you can make funny videos to get people to come to Wallingford, Connecticut. That's how this works.
Going back to Jimmy, what you're doing, it's just awesome. I love it. It's a fresh take on an old idea. You're bringing it back out, whether it's something that you're being paid for right now or not, doesn't matter. Right. It will get attention. And I think it's a great model for other people to look at.
Here's my question to you, Tony. Now I'm just tinkering with my Instagram account. Let's go deeper, one level deeper. If someone was like, we want you to make these videos all the time, should I create a second Instagram account or another Instagram account that's just job listings? Now my head goes to who's going to go here? PTs. Why? Because there might be a job. That's why you join a newsletter. Go ahead. You're muted, Dave, for some reason.
Sorry. You have PT Pinecast. You are doing the get the message out thing. If you do a new Instagram profile that's just for job posting, I love it. Personally, I hope you do it and you throw my thing up there. But it's like another project. So I want to just reel you in a little bit.
Hold on. Here's what I look at this as. I look at this as a link to get the message out. Because I'm going to work with clinics and I go, hey, by the way, you work with me. You also get almost like the non-clinical PT. I would have someone, I would sub this out. I would film once a month, right? Get your things in. Once a month, I'd film all the things. We'd write, film, whatever. Then I'd hand them off to zhuzh them up. And then I'd say, I would add this as a service to get the message out. The small marketing agency with a big mouth. Do you know what I mean? Okay. I agree with you. It's one more thing, but it'd be like, hey, I'm going to come on site. And then I'll also throw you, how many job openings you got? I'll throw you in the feed and now you get exposure. It's similar to what Tony was doing with that database website.
Yeah.
Remind people what that was.
What happened with that?
I don't know.
I've got a cemetery a mile long of dead projects. I'm not saying that one's totally dead. Like, it still generates leads and I share those leads out on occasion.
But it's an error.
Dave, I agree with Dave. Like, maybe you plant the seed, you put it out there, but it is not something that is going to give you the immediate return. I would keep it on your primary profile.
Got it. Okay.
You get a couple of videos that hit 1 million views, then maybe you consider branching it.
Okay.
And I would say, like, the right thing is you create a dedicated channel, but we don't have the resources and we don't have the budgets and we don't have the moving parts for it. I would just keep it on your primary feed because it's within the scope of what you do and what you're good at. It's not completely out of left field.
Yes, agreed. Okay. Are we done with this topic before we move on? I have something for you that I did. Go ahead.
Real quick, after this, Jimmy, I'm going to email or text you our PDF, the 2-pager. It's called the Elite Clinician Opportunity or whatever, however I wrapped it. Yeah. And you're going to, I think you're going to like it because it's got 2 columns. On the left, features, on the right, benefits. So it's the feature and then here's the benefit. I think I'd be curious if you read that, if totally up to you. If you want to make one of those PT videos like that,
100% easy.
Because then you could say that could be a template. You could say, hey, owner, send me a document like this. You don't even have to speak with them. You know, you could do it over email, whatever. Send me this. Like, here's the guide, the guardrails of this, and maybe that makes your job easier to make those videos.
I will easily do that. I do want to make sure we pause for a sponsor. Thanks to Dry Needling for Dogs, because if it works for humans, it'll probably work for your golden doodle. Now offering mobile canine.
Wait, hold on. You got to share the screen. Are you sure? Do you have a graphic?
Sorry, I apologize. Dry Needling for Dogs, because if it works for humans, it'll probably work for your golden doodle or that looks like a lab. Now offering mobile canine trigger point release. We come to your cul-de-sac for your golden retriever. DryNeedlingForDogs.com. All right, let's go to the next topic. This popped up this morning. I don't even know who runs this Facebook group, but it's just called Physical Therapy. I also want to highlight, don't friggin' overthink it. What am I going to name this Facebook group? It's called Physical Therapy. Guess who shows up there? Ta-da! Don't overthink it. Here's what was posted this morning. I feel like we need a little Tony and Dave like rules. This was posted. I cut out the name of the clinic.
Why?
Posted at I don't know. Because lawyers. It was posted at a clinic apparently, and someone took a picture of it. And I'll read it for the audience. It said, "Attention, all of Martha's patients." Martha is the name of the therapist, not the name of the clinic. So clearly, this is just for Martha's patient, because we've all been to these clinics before. You have a bunch of clinicians, and then there's that one who's like, "I'm the Yoda, and I am worth 47% more." So attention all Martha's patients, beginning January 1, due to the stagnant and sometimes declining reimbursement rates from insurance companies, it has become imperative for more.
That's a practice name that you left in.
Oh, never mind. To begin more physical therapy. Honestly, if you think about it, if this thing is called more, if your clinic is called More Physical Therapy, that's brilliant. What do you need? More physical therapy. You sure it had a lot of it. You need more. Go get more physical therapy. All It's being perfect for more to begin charging an experienced clinician fee for those patients who wish to have Martha be their physical therapist. The fee will be $15 per visit. So again, I already hear Tony and Dave in my ear going, why bother charging 15? Charge 100. Like, if you're going to piss people off, piss them off, but make the juice worth the squeeze. The fee will be $50 per visit. Due at the time of service. It's separate from any copays or insurance reimbursement and is not billable to your insurance company. Martha has extensive experience. She is a craftswoman as a physical therapist and dedicated her life to the fields of hands-on physical therapy and exercise so she may maximize her healing potential for you. Try to read this all in one breath. We apologize for the inconvenience. No, you don't. You just explained why it's not an inconvenience, it's a necessity, but keep going. This may cause, but rising costs everywhere has played a role in making it. Stop over-explaining the thing. It's going to cost me to see Martha. Why? Because I know you want her. We thank you for your understanding. You're assuming I'm understanding. Martha looks forward to giving you the best she has to offer. So, like, first, lawyer-y. Is this legal? Can you do this? I don't know how laws work.
Tony.
You could not and I don't know the payer contracts and stuff, but from a Medicare perspective, you can't force a Medicare beneficiary to pay more to see a provider. Right. There's always going to be ways to make something like this work. You just got to figure it out.
Yes. Dave, all right. So thoughts on this besides more physical therapy, or I posted the other day, here's a marketing hack. Change the name of your clinic right now. Change the whole thing to physical therapy near me. Because when someone Googles it, all right, no, I'm only kidding. All right, so when you see the thing about Martha, where's your head go? This screamed Tony and Dave to me when I saw it while I was laying in bed scrolling.
You already said it. Adding a $15 charge is like so ridiculous. Like $150, $100, like you said. Like, come on, like make it worth it. $15.
Ben says if you want Ben to wear deodorant while he's treating you, it's another $15 per session. Stop nickel and diming people. Stop nickel and diming people. Like, don't do it.
I bet if you paid Ben $50, he would not wear deodorant and you might get a different clientele.
Although, hold on. Dry needling for dogs. David from SME says, you'd be surprised how many needles we sell to vet. Oh, so I made a fake commercial. That's a real commercial. Damn it.
I was thinking, I guarantee there are people dry needling dogs, horses. Probably. I mean, the animal chiropractic channels are huge.
And all the dogs say that the needles feel great. They tell you that if
there was a missed opportunity. I should have done a review. Jasper, the golden retriever, said, Dry needling for dogs. DryNeedlingForDogs.com. That's what I should.
There you go.
I missed that. I left the ball on the 1 yard line. So anything we want to add to Martha?
Well, I just got another message from somebody a day or two ago asking, like, how can I do this? Can I charge a concierge fee? Can I, what do I do to make the delivering services affordable? Not affordable for the patient, affordable for the therapist. Like the therapist can't afford to deliver services at the Medicare rates. And so this is where the main guideline to understand is if you're going to be a contracted Medicare provider, you can't require patients to pay for things beyond what Medicare covers. You can't require it, but it doesn't mean you can't offer it. And so
what does that mean?
I can't say every Medicare patient has to buy my membership or I won't see them. But I could say, hey, Medicare beneficiary, we're contracted with Medicare. If you would like, you could join my membership. My membership is an extra $150, $300 a month. It includes these amenities that are not covered by Medicare. You're not required to do it, but it is optional for you to do it.
Got it. Ben's saying he has Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was saying, Ben's saying he has an amazing story and he has to tell it. Ben, if you have a cell phone, there's no way Jimmy McKay would put his actual cell phone number on the screen. There's no way.
Yes, he does, folks. Yes, he does.
There's no way he would put on the screen 845-313-1911. There's no possible way Jimmy McKay would ever do that on a live stream for physical therapy.
So the dollar amount, the difference for an experienced clinician versus like a new grad or whatever, like it happens everywhere else. It happens in law firms with tiered pricing, and a partner is more expensive and an associate or junior partner or, new lawyer, new attorney is a lower billable rate. It's same thing, accounting firms and probably consultancies and all that. So like the fact that it can't be done in healthcare is just ridiculous, especially when payment reimbursement has not increased and it stays the same. And in many cases now it's being cut. So it literally does not make sense why this is not allowed. It should be allowed. It should be, I believe, it should be like, hey, Medicare will pay $100 a visit for a 4-unit visit. But then if I wanted to, I could, on the phone, I should be able to say to a Medicare beneficiary, hey, we charge $300, we charge $350 a visit, whatever. So we'll bill Medicare, we'll make $100 off Medicare, and your cost is $250 per visit. And if you didn't have Medicare and you had, Medicaid, if we didn't take Medicaid, then your cost per visit would be $350. So either way, we want to make $350 a visit or whatever. The fact that this can't be done when the payment reimbursement is not keeping up with inflation and cost of living and all that is ridiculous.
Well, let's clarify for a minute, though. When you say it can't be done, it's the payer who is saying you can't do that. It's not that it can't be done. It's that we voluntarily agreed to this contract. Dave and I, if we're working together, let's say I hire Dave to go treat patients in New York. I would tell Dave, hey, I am selling the visit. This is what the visit's going to be. This is what I expect you to do. I would not, as your employer, I would not want you to go charge that patient in addition to what I'm already charging. That's what we're saying here from the payer contract to the therapist. The insurance company is saying, hey, you're not allowed to charge more than I've agreed to pay. And so I totally understand it from the insurance company's side. Nobody would allow something like that to happen. Therapists don't want to understand you are working for the insurance company. Whether it's an employee or an independent contractor or whatever, you are working for the insurance company, not the patient. You cannot do things that the insurance company didn't hire you to do. And once we kind of wrap our heads, I think therapists in 2025 are still thinking, oh, the insurance company is paying me for these services. No, you are working for the insurance company. You get a 1099 at the end of the year, just like every other contractor does. You have specific guidelines, regulations you have to abide with if you want that insurance company to pay you. The patient has nothing to do with it.
Yeah. Mr. DeVap says, yeah, Dave, I want, yes, set your rate, payer sets their reimbursement, and allow patients to meet the gap if they want that.
Yes, this is what I want, but Tony's saying I cannot have my cake and eat it too.
Yeah, it's what you want. It's what we all want, but we don't agree to that when we sign the contract. When we sign the contract, we say, I will deliver these procedure codes.
Is that Ben?
I don't know. Somebody calling. Hello, you're live on the air. Live on the air. Yes, thank God. Oh, you can't hear it. All right, I can hear it. We'll work on the audio while you guys can't hear. All right, Ben, I'm assuming. Ben,
put up to the mic.
Oh man, this is supposed to be working. I'll work on this. But Ben, real quick, and I'll reiterate, you said you had a story with dry needling in dogs.
Jimmy's listening, and he's going to tell us what Ben's saying.
Yeah. So you got a dog pinch neck in the neck. Uh-huh.
For the record, while Jimmy's getting the story, my dog just pulled up. My wife brought him in.
All right, Ben, I'll call you back, man.
We haven't
hired someone. He hired dry needling for dogs, essentially. The fake thing is a real thing. So I parodied. I just played myself. I made a fake thing for a real thing. Sorry about that, Ben. I'll work on the audio. I thought that was going to work real well. Yes. Oh, that's Dan Vapney.
Oh, hey, what's up, Dan? Oh, D-Vaps.
So it's already a thing. So think of the most ridiculous thing and then Google it. It's already a thing. That's how the internet works.
Most ridiculous thing, I'm going to pick up a stranger and drive him home drunk from the bar.
That's insane.
Most ridiculous thing, I'm going to let a stranger sleep in my house.
That's crazy. No, that is the craziest thing. Airbnb.
Can I tell you a story? I'll tell you guys it has to do with I was in PT school and Uber had come out with a feature, but I was intoxicated. That's why I That's most of the time while I'm using Uber. So I just hit get car, right? I want to go home. Jimmy want to go sleepy. And I get in the car in the back seat. I'm in DC. And then I close the door and I realize I turn on my left real slow. And there's a woman sitting there in the back seat. And I'm like, hey, I was like, I'm so sorry. I got in the wrong Uber. And the guy was like, no, it's like when they did rideshare.
The pool. Or yeah,
right.
rideshare.
And I'm like, yeah, no, I knew that. I'm like trying to play it, whatever. Next thing you know, got a new phone number in my, because I was like, this is speed dating. The person was a crazy person. Long story short, I'll tell you guys the rest of the story off the air. Person was a crazy person, but now you're stuck with that, which is, I don't know if they do that anymore, but I make sure now I don't just blindly hit like accept or whatever. You should be doing that. All right. So Martha, good luck to you. What else we have a new segment, which is called the mailbag. You guys ready to do mailbag?
Let's do it.
So we got a DM. We asked about this 2 weeks ago, and Marcus decided to follow up. Marcus says he's a cash-based physical therapist in San Diego. He said, I'm booked solid, but my bank account says otherwise. Guys, I've been solo for 2 years. I'm full. Referrals are steady. I feel busy, but I still can't get ahead financially. Where do I start to look to figure out what's broken? This is starting to feel like a trap and a hamster wheel. He's booked. What's the problem? I mean, you don't have a lot of information to work with. Thank you for trusting us.
We have enough.
Do you really? I don't know. I don't know what to do. All right, charge more? What's your cost? Be Dave Ramsey, spend more than you make, or spend less than
exactly. What's his overhead and what are his rates? And he's probably not selling packages. But yeah, it all, if you're booked solid and you don't have enough money to live on, either your overhead, you're spending too much, you're at a big fancy place and your overhead is too expensive based off of whatever your rates are. So it kind of comes down to rates. Like, is he charging, you said California?
San Diego.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's gotta be, at least 150, 200 or something a visit. I'm assuming he's gotta be. And if he's not, like that's definitely the problem.
Okay. Didn't say, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah. Every consultant on the face of the planet is going to say, if you're booked solid, you're charging too little, period. Like, it doesn't even matter. If you're booked solid, you're charging too little. You should be at like a 75, 80%. If you start raising rates, people will drop off. That's exactly what's supposed to happen. The fact that you have a full schedule. Now, we don't know, is the full schedule 20 hours a week? Maybe it is. I talked to therapists who are like, I'm so busy. I'm working I'll do 20 hours, in 2 days.
Good point.
Yeah. So context is important, but yeah, most likely charging too little.
I have a sound effect for this. I'll upload it for next episode. Ben says, move away from San Diego if you want to see your bank account grow. Marcus, good luck. I hope that was helpful. Also, email all your past customers after you raise your rate and say, we're actually adding new value. It's at this rate. I can't wait to see you again. You're welcome, Marcus. Clara is in Ohio. Tony's in Ohio. Hey, PT Breakfast Club. Love the show. I want to stop right there.
Thank you, Clara. Shout out, Clara. Thank you.
Quick question. I keep hearing about, and she uses big air quotes and then capital letters. I keep hearing about growing through leverage instead of hiring. What does that mean? I don't understand. What does that look like for a clinic? Can I really grow revenue without just burning out my team or adding more full-time staff? What does growing with leverage mean? I don't know that I know. Is this a jargon term that I probably understand the concept, but not the words?
I'll take a shot, and then I want to hear what Dave's thinking. I would say leverage is anytime, quote, you have a longer lever. So like, I go into the clinic, I treat for an hour, I get paid for an hour. That's 1-to-1. I want something that gives me 3-to-1, 5-to-1, 10-to-1 value on that. So how do I do that? Technology. I show people in my 0 to paid. I'm like, look, you want to be a mobile therapist, go to the patient's home on Monday. That's 1-to-1. But then on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, do single unit, 10-minute telehealth. Hey, John, I saw you yesterday. We talked about, your challenges getting out of that recliner. Listen, prop your phone up. Let me see you get in and out of your recliner so I can see if you're doing nose over the toes and things that we talked about. Now, all of a sudden, I'm using technology to lever my time so that in an hour, I could do 6 10-minute telehealth single unit sessions where all of a sudden I just exploded 3 and 4 times the profitability, double the revenue, because I don't have MPPR reductions. I don't have to travel. I don't have any of the other expenses. That's leverage. Leverage could be people coming into my clinic. Again, I could do 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the afternoon, where I just do single unit visits and I load the clinic up. 6-7 people an hour coming through there. Right. And then the rest of the time, maybe I do one-on-one. I can lose money on one-on-one because I've made so much money in that 1 hour of time. Dave?
An example that I'm trying to do that I think could paint a picture for leverage is, so yes, what Tony said, we have therapists, they go and we're going to make $350 visit, or on a weekend, you know, 500, 550, whatever for a weekend visit. Leverage would be, I'm kind of trying to create this like offer for our older folks that are already, they already love our service. They're already spending money with us. They potentially want more. And we're looking to like have this like VIP longevity kind of health offering. And it's really uncomfortable for me even to think about and kind of plan out, because I'm thinking like it's probably going to be around like and maybe everyone says no to it, but it could be like $50,000 to like $100,000. I know it sounds crazy, guys, but and it would be like, hey, there's like a physician that does house calls, like we would loop him in, and like one of our therapists or someone on our team would like be an escort for the client to go to like doctor visits if the spouse can't go, or to go to restaurants like we talked about before, and to get them back into museums and theaters and all that, based off of the hourly rate of what our therapist or team would usually do with that individual per hour or per day or whatever. That would be another example of leverage. We could have thousands of dollars in value of actual monetary money for the exchange of the minute by minute, hour by hour interactions with this client, because like Jimmy said, we're bringing new value to the table, and we're saying, hey, we can offer you this is another thing. This is like a new thing, and it costs this much. So that, do you guys think that's an example or like a story of leverage?
Would RTM also be another example of leverage? Like a good medium-sized lever? You have to do some work on it, right? You got to review, you have to do all the things you're promising to do, review the data and give suggestions and help guide. But that's still a better, because you can sit in one spot and be reviewing 60 patients in 3 hours or whatever it is. Like, so I think that's a good example. Anything else?
One more real quick. So yesterday I'm in the clinic. I'm treating patients. I'm using equipment while I'm treating patients. I'm capturing video of the equipment that I'm using, and I'm earning affiliate income from people that will never be my patient. You know, one more example of leverage. I think last month we made $1,500 on Facebook ads, Facebook ads, people paying me to show ads on my videos, not me paying Facebook. That's leverage. I'm levering those minutes of clinical time to not just get paid by the insurance company, but then repurpose those minutes of my life that I'm never going to get back to get paid by advertisers, to get paid by product companies, to get paid, you know, I could turn that into, if I wanted to, a digital course or something like that. I saw Bo run an ad kind of post yesterday where he's offering something new. Very cool stuff.
Yeah. All right. That's all we have.
One more thing. So I'm just putting in Gemini. I've been using Gemini and ChatGPT side by side, and I kind of like to compare. So far, I still like ChatGPT a little bit better, in my opinion.
Me too.
Yeah, me too.
I'm asking Gemini right now. You guys know? You remember Naval Ravikant? Have you guys heard of this guy?
Yeah.
So he has some, and it's not. Okay, it is popping up. 3 forms of leverage: labor, people working for you; capital, money working for you; or code and media, products with no marginal cost of replication, which is exactly what Tony just talked about. So in terms of leverage, there's different ways, there's different things out there for you to leverage, but code, meaning software, or media is what Tony does. Go to Total Therapy Solutions, look at his Instagram, look at his Facebook, look at the videos that Tony does for Amazon Influencer. those videos are working for him when he's sleeping, when he's on this call, all the time.
I talked about this every day on LinkedIn. Dave Candy, friend of the show in a bunch of Facebook groups. He's probably shooting with an iPhone. He's using a $23 ring light. His thumbnails are pretty B-. And I showed one video, B- in a good way. Like, what I mean is, like, he just does the thing.
Tony got a kick out of that.
But what I mean is, like, and then you look at Dave's Candy's stats. He's just a physical therapist, using air quotes. And I was like, dude, look at this one random video. Not even his top video had like 3 months worth of view times. Most of those people will never ever be in Dave Candy's state. Does not. Number one, he's getting paid for that video. He did it one time in 12 minutes, and now when he goes to sleep, he's like, "What's that? Oh, it's a nickel. Oh, it's a nickel. Oh, it's a nickel." And then some people will book and find him because of that. But you do once, you leverage later. I'm telling you, if content wouldn't work, Tony Robbins wouldn't be a thing, right? Are we done with the mailbag? Because I have the mailbag sound effect, brand new. You ready? I don't know if you guys can even hear this.
It's mailbag time. Real questions, real people. No bots allowed.
There we go. All right, that's the mailbag. I do want to say thank you. I don't want to forget one of our new sponsors. This one is going to be a real thing. Welcoming Goniometer Plus to the show, the dating app for physical therapists and physical therapist assistants. Swipe left on tight hamstrings, swipe right on full range of motion. Goniometer Plus matches you based on your Goni scores and soap note style. Go online. Available in the Android and App Store now. Goniometer Plus. Date another clinician who's as salty as you. That's going to be a thing.
I don't think anyone realizes how impressive it is with Jimmy's with pronunciation, especially with swipe right, speaking at the cadence and tone that you sometimes speak in. Just kudos to you, brother.
My life. All right. So we have 9 minutes. I have a segment I can try. We're going to call it the lightning round, or we can save it, where I throw, we do overrated, underrated. So I'm going to throw a thing. You're going to go overrated and why, or underrated and why. Do you want to try this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Good morning.
You're listening to the PT Breakfast Club.
All right, it's time for the lightning round. We'll call it overrated, underrated. I'm going to throw it out. You're going to give me a one-word answer, overrated, underrated, and then a sentence verification. Make this fast.
Dave, you go first.
All right, it'll be Dave, Tony, Dave, Tony. We'll do 3. All right, overrated, underrated, 24/7 online booking availability on your website. I already know where Dave is going to go with this.
Overrated.
Overrated? You don't want people to be able to book online?
Correct.
You don't want them to. Okay, why? I love being shocked. I thought you'd have been like, yes, book.
This goes back to the video that you posted earlier today. You were talking about earlier today about Wallingford, where it was like, you're basically almost hired. No, we want to put resistance in the process. We don't want just anyone to book on the schedule. We need to filter you out because respectfully, this is, I don't want to be demeaning, but in terms of not status, but like we need to make sure that you're the right fit for us. At the same time, like you need to make sure that we're the right fit for you, prospective patient. But no, we will not have just any random person book a time without really either phone calls typically, right, or at the very least, we have busy executives where they're like, I am not speaking on the phone. Can we do this all over email? Sure, absolutely. And it's a back and forth over email, not just automatically booking any prospective patient with a pulse.
I already have an idea, dude. Like, let's create a custom. Let's tinker with this. Let's create a custom GPT that you'll just be like, I'm going to send this to you, and then they can interact with the GPT until the GPT you've taught has said this is the ideal. Let's move them on to booking. Tony, your 24/7 online booking availability.
Underrated by a mile. I want zero friction. I want the KY jelly. PMR. I want patients just sliding in, but not only that, I want patients canceling. I want patients scheduling. I want patients to manage their schedule without any human interaction.
Wow. See, and that's the brilliance of this. All right, that's 24/7 online booking. Asking for Google reviews in the evaluation process. Overrated, underrated. I think that's too early, but that's just me.
Underrated. If the peak of happiness is at the evaluation, if I get Tony's stiff knee, and he feels, oh, that feels like 25% better range of motion, and I've been dealing with this for a year, I go, boom, this could potentially be the patient's peak of happiness right now. I may never get them happier than right now. Google review, I'm asking, and then sending a text, and then sending an email.
Dave wants to play hard to get.
Yes, Ruben knows me well, and Ben, Tony's KY.
It's not
Okay,
Kentucky.
You said during.
I
I
said
would
during
say
you mean.
never during, but immediately after. You know,
Okay.
if they're
That's not
they're
too early?
walking out, they're scheduling, they're feeling amazing. Yes, Dave is 100% on. Get that review. We
It's never too early. I have got baseball buddies that ask me about, oh, my shoulder, this, that, and I give them like a little help verbally. And I'm like, hey, can you drop me a Google review? Like, I didn't formally evaluate them. I did it before.
I like it. Okay. You changed my mind. Last one, overrated, underrated. Instagram Reels for patient education. Your clinic, your organization creating Instagram Reels for patient education. I think I'm asking this is on the list because I'm like, is it oversaturated? I mean, there's accounts that only show exercise videos with
Underrated.
10,000
I think Tony and I might agree here. Underrated. The more the better. More content the better. There's not enough practices out there that are just doing all the content, whether it's Therex and movement based, or it's jokes with your front desk and like TikTok dances or whatever. Just underrated.
Underrated. We should be putting that every single patient that does get a home exercise program, those videos or reels ready to publish. Like
Understood.
All day long. We should be putting 30-40 clips out every single day if you're treating patients for a 8-hour day.
Understood. All right, that's overrated, underrated in the lightning round.
Good morning.
You're listening to the PT Breakfast Club.
Thanks to my buddy Adam, who is my old imaging guy who did all the voiceovers for those things. I'm going to be using those way too much. Do you want to make sure we're 4 minutes away from the end of the show? I have one more sponsor or we don't get this money. Thanks to Chronic Pain Candle Company. Scented like low back pain and emotional burnout mixed. Scents include sciatica sage, burnout, and burgundy. And new for the holidays, Whiplash Winter Pine. chronicpaincandlecompany.com. All right, we got 4 minutes to go. We still haven't done live selling. I keep forgetting to put that at lead off, but maybe we haven't. We also haven't tinkered a lot with live selling. And for people who don't know, this was talked about on Instagram years ago. Like, how come when I'm looking at a fashion model or some dude lumberjack, I can't just touch the shirt or touch the pants? And now you kind of can and just buy those things like that. For me, years ago, and I think Instagram didn't want to do it years ago because they were like, stay true to the mission, build the audience, become irreplaceable. Then now you start to see it years and years later. But live selling is a little bit different, but not really different. Tony, how do you describe what live selling is? I mean, there's 2 words and I understand both of those words, but like, what's the essence?
Real quick, let's save that. I know we keep pushing it off. Let's save it.
Well, this was a front tease.
Dave was going to say something. What were you going to say, Dave?
Is anyone doing live selling where, like, I think we could actually make it, because like we do this, I was about to make a joke and say we've been doing this for 2 years and now it's starting to feel or sound like a show, like a formal show, which is kind of funny. Is anyone doing live selling where the team, like us 3 or whoever, like the host or whatever, like one of them's ripping it and one of them's like pushing it, like, because all these like live shopping is like everyone's just pushing whatever this product is, and here's the features and the benefits and this and that, and QVC, we only have 14 left in stock, and now we got 5 left in stock, and you got to call this number now, and all that type of thing. I think with products, I think we could give honest reviews about certain products if we ever tested the live selling. It would be so raw, it would be so genuine. Tony might like it, I'm ripping it, Jimmy's refereeing, then I'm gonna like the next product, and Tony's not gonna like it, and that could potentially be entertaining or amusing while also being content.
The first question you should ask is someone else doing this in another way? Yes. Like right now, I don't watch TV anymore. That should tell you something. I don't turn the TV on anymore. I turn a podcast on and I start working, whatever. But I know every Good Morning America, the Today Show, they're going to do the top 10 toys to grab now before.
And they're all pushing it. They're all no one is speaking bad about it. That's my question. Right. It would be Barstool or the Pat McAfee show doing live selling.
We'll talk more about that. Like, why should this show be live from CSM or the Graham Sessions or PPS? I've said this for 2 years. I'm not saying it has to be us. I'm saying we would do a awesome job at it. I just self-censored myself. I didn't drop the F-bomb because I want to show future sponsors like Dry Needling for Dogs that we're a family-friendly show. It would be, I think soon organizations are going to feel stupid not to. Live sell or live broadcast. This
will be my parting shot. I think the problem with I love what David's suggesting. I think it'd be amazing. The concern would be saying anything negative because of the repercussion of liability and things like that.
Then don't bring people on that you don't approve. I approve this message, right? There's a reason those messages go out. Approve that. I've talked to clients, and I got to talk to a client soon. They're like, well, we're just scared that if we let advertisers on, we're going to have somebody who's pushing pseudoscience. And I was like, I looked deep into the camera and I was like, then don't let them on your show. I was the program director of a radio station. I was not involved. I mean, I was involved in the sales process, but my job was not knock on doors, find advertisers. But if someone was going to go on the air, it came through me. Is this a good match? Are you okay with your air staff saying this or playing this between Pearl Jam and Linkin Park? And if the answer wasn't hell yeah, I pushed back and said, this doesn't feel like it fits. Format wise, I don't want this on my radio station. Very few times did I ever push that button. The organizations I've talked to, they're looking for the exception, not the rule. I'm like, you're looking for the 1 in a million to say no to, and you're shutting down my estimate, 50 to 100K in annual revenue, because you're scared to say no to one organization. Say no. You do not meet our policy. Drop a policy. This is the one time I'll say, drop a policy. All right. I'm ranting. We're over time. Parting shot, go. Was that your parting shot?
That was it. Right.
My parting shot, I like the long lever of code. I can't code. I like the long lever of media. Do it once, and magically this stuff compounds. We'll be back. Look, all the things. I don't have to remember who to say where.
That's it. We're out.
Boys, what the hell are you doing?
Follow Tony Maritano on YouTube at Total Therapy Solution. Find Dave Kittle at ConciergePainRelief.com and on YouTube at The Dave Kittle Show. And follow Jimmy McKay at PT Pinecast on YouTube, the socials, and wherever you binge podcasts you pretend are for CEUs. And hey, just a reminder, none of this was for advice. This was for entertainment only. Our lawyers say that counts. Thanks, Keith.